I got some questions here. I don't know if you want to do questions or you just want us to keep chopping it up.
No. I'm ready.
All right, bet.
Throw them my way. I hit it like Barry Bonds.
Out of the park.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the hardest challenge you think you've overcome in life?
Wow, that's a good question. So, I mean, I dealt with a lot of, for me, I have a lot of insecurities. And I think everybody has insecurities that you're dealing with. But for me, I think the hardest thing that I think I've dealt with and been able to overcome is just my insecurities and just mentally being tough. And obviously that comes with age and it comes with times. But man, I dealt with a lot of like, getting made fun of and like being like, oh shoot, you're never gonna get a girl.
Really?
Yeah, man, I dealt with a lot of insecurities, bro.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Oh man, really? But you know, over time you learn how to you work on yourself. You learn how to tune that stuff out and make yourself better out of it, man. And so it's honest, and then also too having people that help you to be able to overcome those challenges. Like now I got braces now, so that's been a dope experience having braces. But like my teeth have always been an insecurity for me, and my wife was the one who pushed me, being like, why don't you want to do it? And of course I'm like, man, I don't want to spend money on my teeth. That's being vain, you know?
Oh, really?
Bro, yes. And then my wife was like, you know what? My wife actually got Invisalign, and when she got Invisalign, I was like, oh shoot, this is actually not that bad of a process. Like I can do this. And so unfortunately for me, they thought it was better I do braces. So I've done it, and it's something I've always wanted to do, but it took my wife pushing me to finally be like, do this, you can do this. And my wife always said I don't like doing stuff for myself, which is true. I really don't. I enjoy doing stuff for other people more than for myself. But my wife was like, man, this is something that's important to you, do it.
Wow. Is this stems from high school? Yeah.
Oh man, since I was a kid, man.
Really?
Bro, yeah.
I don't think it's as much anymore though.
I mean, you're always gonna hear noise. You're always gonna hear noise. You just with age and with time and with wisdom, you learn how to tune out the noise when you hear it.
Yeah, true. You're like, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't.
Wait, what is something I'm insecure about? I think my inability to learn something quickly bothers me a lot.
Really?
Like my brother is one of the smartest people in the world, and you give him something and he would just pick it up and get an A.
Wow.
I would just struggle.
Wow.
So for the longest time, nobody in my family thought I would even go to college.
Really?
Yeah. That's how
bad
not
it was?
Smart. You know. So for me to even graduate with a pre-med degree was like, they were all like,
excited. What
in the world happened to you, Kevin?
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. But I don't. I'm kind of cocky in the little stuff that I have, though.
Really?
Yeah. So if you tell me, I don't know. Like if you tell me I'm fat or stuff like that, don't bother. Yeah,
you embrace it.
It's easy. Those are easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I didn't pay attention to any of that stuff you're talking about.
Really?
You find a girl, your teeth, nobody cared.
Yeah.
Let's be real. From the day I met you, it never crossed my mind like, oh, look at Rose. Like it was just.
You know what's crazy too?
What?
And that makes sense now because when I first got braces, it took the longest for people to say something about my braces.
Because we didn't care, bro. We first of all, we too old and we all paying attention to other stuff that's happening in our lives. That's why I asked you if it happened in high school and stuff. Because in high school, you bully people.
Yeah.
You chubby, you're not gonna get anybody.
Yeah.
But
high school, college, all of that I went through it, man.
Oh really?
Bro, seriously, man. But with time,
you always seem very confident.
That's because it just comes with I really part of it comes from faith. Real talk. Part of it comes from faith of me being to a point to where I'm God being with me through those moments of insecurity or when I had those thoughts of doubts and me being able to have a strong faith of God has a bigger plan for me.
Yeah.
And
I don't care what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't care what these other people are saying.
That's key.
Yeah.
And then the other part is just you're if I can fix it, I can fix it.
Exactly.
I think Yeah, a lot of people gonna know a lot of things about me. But the other thing I do a lot of, I was talking to my brother the other day. He goes, "You act like you got it all together," but that's not true. I figure out if I can control it, I'll control it. If I can't control it, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And it might take a minute to like go through like, this is messed up, to like, well, I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And I think I learned it early from my mom. When we first got here in America, we got in a car one day because we used to live in Philly and it gets super cold.
Yeah.
And it was cold. I had on my jacket and
Yeah.
everything. I was like, "Mom, can you turn the air on?" She was like, "Well, the air will be cold for now because we just got in the car. The car needed to heat up."
Yeah.
I was like, "But turn the air on, Mom. I'm freezing."
Yeah.
So she was like, "I know it's cold. You know it's cold. The only thing we could do is turn the heat on. We gotta wait for the heat to come on.
Yeah.
Since we already know what we can do,
Yeah.
what's the fuss? You nagging me about it is not gonna do
change
anything.
the car
Yeah.
to heat up faster. Yeah, that's facts.
So
That's true.
I think from then on, I'm just wait, like, you know. I think you've talked a little bit about your greatest fear. Was that your greatest fear?
No,
That
no,
wasn't
no.
your greatest fear. What is?
Failing, man. Failing. Nobody wants to fail.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to fail. So me, like, I want to be successful. I want to be successful in everything I do. And the things that irk me is when I'm not successful.
Yeah.
Things, like, you can tell me a million good things about myself, but tell me one thing I did wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, it irks
And then
me.
you're like,
Oh, man. It knifes at me. So,
failure.
but I'm a perfectionist. Like, real talk, I'm a perfectionist. It's why I'm like, you're like, why you want to go over this again?
Yeah.
I'm like, I want us to go.
Make sure it's good.
Yeah, because that's the practice makes perfect,
yeah.
right? So that's for me. Like, even when you're talking about like school stuff, like it being hard for you to learn. Like, people always used to be like, "Man, you're so smart. You're so smart." I'll tell you now, I am not the smartest person out there. I'm not even close to the smartest person out there. I don't even think. I think I'm very, very okay, average, B. You know. But the thing that helped me a lot was that I work hard and I practice what I'm doing. Like, I will sit down and our teacher's teaching us about algorithms. I'll do a bunch of algorithms a million times to make sure I understand it and I get it.
Right.
And not once I've done it a million times, you understand it and you get it.
Right.
And people are like, "You're so smart. How did you get that?" No, I worked hard to get to get that knowledge.
That you think it just comes naturally.
Yeah, like taking it back to being a musician. Like, so a big thing for like musicians and keyboardists is like, I'm learning how to play, like keyboard players, learning how to play in every key. Which, if you don't know how to play in every key, you're not a keyboardist to me. Learn how to play in every key.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's not easy. It takes work.
But it's something you need to do.
It's something you need to do. If you want to be like truly respected, like, learn how to play in every key.
Yeah.
It is not hard. It just takes work.
Yeah.
You just have to work at it.
Yeah.
Like, just do it and you'll be good. And I'm telling you.
You can see how passionate he is about that topic.
Yeah, like, do it, man. Like, no, like, real talk, like, I want to say it was just his brother who was like talking about it, and he was like, "What if you don't know how to play in key? What are you gonna do when you go to a church and they have a grand piano?"
Random. Okay, yeah.
Like,
you can't transpose.
You can't transpose.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're stuck. You're a keyboard player. You can play.
Yeah.
But you can't play.
Yeah.
You know.
You over there doing trying to find
it. No.
You don't know. You don't know.
You don't know. So, like, that, you just have to work at it.
Yeah.
But most people don't want to work. So
I hope you guys got that too. That's a little nugget for how you can level up. It's not, when you see smart people, not all of them are just smart because they're smart. They're smart because they practice well. That's important. Not just practice, but practice well. I hope you guys pick that up too. But yeah, that's dope. So your fear of failure caused you to be motivated to just practice a whole lot. That's what's up. All right, let's talk future stuff real quick. We're not going to talk about kids because wisdom.
Thank you. God bless you.
5 years. Where do you see yourself?
Man, that's a good question. I think when people ask me that question, so like so something unique about me, I'm very process oriented. I'm not long-term oriented. I'm not somebody who looks at something as from A to Z. Like, this is where I'm at. How do I get to Z? I don't look at things like that. I look at things of, I'm at B. What do I need to do to get to C?
Okay.
You know, like for me, me being in the company that I'm at now currently, like I would have never foreseen it, because honestly, if you asked me like when I was in high school, where I would be in 5 years is different from if you asked me that question in college. It would be different when you asked me when I got my first job. Like, that constantly changes. So like for me, if you're asking me like what's the next thing I am looking forward to, is continuing to advance and progress in my job. Like, one of the unique opportunities that I get with my job is I get exposed to a lot of dope physicians. Like, my physicians are awesome. I learn a lot from them. I learn a lot from the people I work with. So if you're asking me, like, mine is just continual progression in my current job. 5 years from now, I may not be in my current job. Who knows what's going to happen?
Right.
But like, what I can control and what I can work on now, I'm focusing is being as good of an employee as I am in my current company Now, is there things that I want to definitely accomplish and things that I definitely want to do down the road? Absolutely. But in all seriousness, like, my focus and my walk right now so much with faith is I'm much more geared towards where I want to get to faith-wise than I am like work-wise.
Anything else? Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a good answer. Instead of looking at one specific thing, you're like, how about I just become a better person?
Yeah.
Gradually. Instead of worrying about getting the F, let me get to C.
Yeah.
Okay. I never heard that. So that's what you're pursuing right now?
Yeah.
Okay. What motivates you in the morning?
Once you get a family, man, my wife motivates me. That's a big motivator for me.
Yeah.
Shoot, once you get a family, man, and knowing that you have that responsibility that, like, shoot, I got to make sure food is on the table. Like, my wife is successful and she's independent and she can definitely survive without me, right? But knowing that I have that other person that I'm also I'm walking my life with, that's definitely somebody that holds me accountable. You know, big thing in African communities, man, something I didn't understand when I was younger is like, shoot, I represent my name. I represent my last name. So in everything that I do, that's one of the things that motivates me. So one thing unique about me is that, like, me and my siblings are the only people in the world with our last name. My dad changed our last name when we moved to, when he moved here. Yeah. So nobody else has our last name. So for me, that's
even back in Nigeria,
nobody has our last name.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, my dad changed it when he got here. So our original last name is Alabi. So my dad changed it when he got here.
Do you know why? Are you allowed to talk about it?
I think I could talk about it. I think I've told people about it.
Okay. So, I mean, if you go back and talk to him and he's like, that's not something I want on the podcast, just let me know.
Okay, I will. Yeah. So, but he changed it to Ajeni Coco. I think Ajeni Coco was like a middle name.
Okay.
And so he got rid of being and changed it to Ajeni Coco because Ajeni Coco was a name most people knew him by. So people would be like, Mr. Ajeni Coco, Mr. Ajeni Coco. And so when he got here, he changed it.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. Like, that was not our last name. And so, like, for me, like, you know, down the road, like, having kids and all of that good stuff, like, I want them to carry on that name because I'm building, me and my dad have built the foundation for this name, and we want it to eventually grow.
To live forever.
Yeah.
That means does that mean you have to have a boy, or the girl, if you have a girl, you just be like, yeah, you have to keep the name.
I gotta procreate, man.
Yeah, bro. I was talking to somebody who got 3 girls, and I was like, you don't have a boy? She was like, that's the thing. You think you're going to get a girl, and then as soon as you go, you probably get a boy again. You think you're going to have a boy, you try again, then you probably have a girl again.
Yeah.
But you just keep trying.
Yep.
You're like a whole soccer team.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is.
I don't want a soccer team. I don't want a minivan. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay, cool. So you got a kid. Yeah. That's why I want kids. That's why I want kids.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's another episode.
Wow. This is dope.
Yeah, people who don't want kids. I mean, it's different if there's a reason, maybe medical or.
Yeah.
But if you just don't want to, anyway.
So, word of wisdom, word of advice, some real quick. Just like, man, like fellas, ask your girl why does she want to have kids. Like, that's a good question to ask. Because the honest truth of the matter is, like, part of the reason too, like, I never rush to have kids is because having kids is like, that's a whole human being you are responsible for. Mm-hmm. That's a whole, like me talking about my last name, that's a whole human being that you are creating that is holding and representing your last name.
Yeah.
Like, anything they do, anywhere they go, that last name follows them. Like, it's there.
Yeah.
Like, you got to put your last name down somewhere, right? So, like, ask them and make sure that they understand why do they want to have kids. And for me, my reason for why I want to have kids is, like, I want somebody to have my last name.
Yeah.
You find out why you and your girl want to have kids, but for me, that's why I want to have kids.
And I think it's you specifically, but this is like an African thing.
Yeah.
Like you have to carry.
It is. It's an African thing, but the honest truth is, like, it's the truth. Like,
yeah. No, I was just saying. I mean, obviously, my perspective is African. So when I say stuff like that, it's just in reference to what I know.
Yeah,
it's a big deal, especially to have a son.
It's a huge deal.
Yeah.
A huge deal.
Yeah. You can hear how he's emphasizing this. Oh, it's a huge deal. It's a huge deal. Yeah. I get it. I get it. All right. I think we should wrap this up because we've been talking for like an hour and 26 minutes.
Man, if y'all listen to all of this, man, shout out to you.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. I mean, if you listen this far of our first episode on Prevail, dude, we appreciate you. I actually I was supposed to keep it at 5 ending questions, but it's 10. But let's see how it goes. So just try to answer as quick as possible, but let it be from a deep place.
I feel you.
Okay. All right. First question. Where is your happy place?
Church, when we're playing, man, when we're gigging, that is my happy place. I love it. And I love the creativity that we're able to do as a team. So that's my happy place.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't it yours?
I love music, and I love playing music. I mean, I'm not married yet, so I don't know. I'm always thinking like perhaps my happy place.
Yeah. That's a moment of excitement.
True.
That's not happiness.
True.
That's
okay.
moments of excitement.
That makes sense. Okay. What makes you most loved? What is it somebody would do for you, and then you'd be like, damn.
So there's nothing you can give me, but if you're like, man, I appreciate you doing this. Thank you for doing this. Like, words hit for me. Like, I remember at my job, when I got my job, like, I always used to complain how cold it was. So they got me a space heater, bro.
Oh, really?
But when I tell you, when they gave me the space heater, was I excited? Absolutely. But the thing I was, like, looking the most at was, like, the words that they put into the card.
Wow.
Because that means so much more to me, because that tells you what you think of me and how you value me more than the space heater does.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Plus, they thought about you.
Exactly.
They thought about you enough to be like, okay, he said he's cold. Let's do something about it.
Yeah.
That's real. I like that. What's something you haven't done in a while that you miss?
Man, that's a good question. What is something I've done in a while? I haven't been to like a lot of like, I love sports, but I have not been to like a lot of games in person in my life. And so like that joy and excitement of like just being like in the stadium around people and like just like when something good happens, like random people you don't even know, like y'all just celebrating together, that's a dope feeling.
And you haven't done that in a while?
I haven't been to the game.
Get to it, man.
I know. Hopefully the Cowboys can do something for me.
Hello. I mean, they look pretty good.
I know. Game today, man. I'm ready.
Is it?
Yeah.
Who to play?
Lions.
How good is the Lions? Are the Lions?
They're very good.
Are they?
Very good.
I mean, man,
but and the game is here. Though. The game's here too.
I don't know why you guys are so flip floppy. Like one game, you guys just look amazing, and then the next game, you just look
poo poo.
Anyways, come on, y'all. Okay, that's something you haven't done in a while, and you're gonna maybe make a conscious effort to.
Dang, absolutely.
If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
So me and my family, we travel a lot. So there's a lot of places we've been to. Somewhere I want to go to is I want to go to Australia, man.
Yeah,
I do. I want to go to Australia or I want to go to Singapore. Those two places, definitely.
Okay. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Man.
And why?
Oh man, I feel like for me, like I am needed in so many places. So the ability to duplicate myself, that would be dope. And like to retain what I like, the information. So like I could be practicing right now and retaining the information for practicing. Like that would be dope.
Yeah, to split yourself and to also retain whatever it is. Yeah, to be fully there. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That's cloning.
Yeah.
Clone you. Somebody would clone you.
I know. Another meme in this world.
Another you.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, man.
Wouldn't that be will one of them have a higher consciousness compared to the other?
Probably, yeah. But if they're both me, they're all me. They're just learning something new that I'm intaking.
Okay. I'm just perhaps making it complicated.
Yeah. But no, think about it. If one of me clones and becomes a physicist and start learning things about the world.
That's still you.
Yeah, that's still me. I'm still learning that stuff. So I'm getting smart as they're helping me get smarter.
Right. That's
better.
That's interesting. Okay, best advice you've ever received.
Man, I feel like I get a lot of good advices. So there was a consistency. The best advice I've ever gotten is consistency.
Be consistent.
Yeah, be consistent. So like there was a time where I struggled to like read the Bible every day. Like it was a struggle, bro. Yeah. Like I used to never be able to get through reading from Genesis to Revelations. I struggled. Mm-hmm. But I was listening to this pastor, and this pastor was just like, you know what? You want to know how you can do it? Just do it every day. Because guess what? It's just like brushing your teeth.
Yeah, it becomes a habit.
It becomes a habit. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just like practicing. You practice every day. It becomes a habit. You're doing it. Consistency.
It's just habit.
Yeah.
It's like eating.
And when you look at the most successful people in this world, they're consistent.
True. That is true. I was even reading on stuff about YouTube, and one of the ways to be successful on YouTube is not by having the best looking anything. It's about being consistent.
If you're constantly pushing out content, you're making yourself available to be
somebody.
Yep. Yeah. So for sure. So keep pushing Caleb to push out more of our band videos, man. And once he does, check them out.
We're gonna do it this year. We're gonna do
it.
I hope you guys are ready for us. It's gonna be amazing. Okay, just a couple more to go. Worst advice you ever got?
Marry young.
You think that was the worst advice?
Marry young.
Interesting.
Marry young. Enjoy your life. Don't rush. There's a lot of people who've made mistakes because they rushed into marriage.
Yeah.
And so I know this is worst advice, but the best advice I can give you is the most important decision any man will make is who they decide to be their baby mama. Because whether you like it or not,
I'll put that down.
You stuck with that woman
What
forever.
Is it? What's the best?
The best advice, right? This is Rogba Wisdom 101. Right?
Thank you.
Yeah, keep it. The best advice I can give you is the most important decision any man will make is who you make your baby mama. Because whether you like it or not,
she's there.
She's there.
She's
there. Can't go nowhere.
And if she's crazy.
And if she's crazy.
You got a crazy woman in your life.
Yep. Forever.
Something you're trying to learn right now.
Man, scales, man.
Yeah.
Scales.
Uncle Tinder.
Scales.
In your ear.
Yeah.
You have to learn this.
Scales. And the crazy thing is, I'm not crazy about scales, but I am crazy about melodies, and melodies can come, and out of that creativity can come. So this year, man, I'm coming for you. I'm coming. Not just major scales.
Yeah.
Like all of them.
Let's go. How do you feel about Uncle and I just bothering you all the time about different things?
I'm okay with it. Y'all push. I always look at it. Y'all are pushing me to get better, and I need to get better.
Okay.
And that's how I look at everything. I got to get better. And also too, you never want to get out of. Yes, do I want to improve those things? Absolutely, but you never want to take out of anybody's individuality.
Yeah.
So like even like when we're in the talk back, you'll notice that I try my best to not talk so much.
Okay.
I just try my best to like communicate
signal
of what's coming up.
Yeah.
And if something creative comes into my mind, what is in my mind at that time to make sure you understand it. But I really try my best to avoid talking too much.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. Yeah, I don't like MDs that talk too much. Yeah. They'll be on there making jokes all the time. I'm trying to listen to the song.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me worship.
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
That's true. Okay, I think this is my last question. No, that's not my last question. It's second to last question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you had the chance to create one law that everyone must follow in the world, what would it be?
Free healthcare. I feel like employees healthcare should be funded by the company you work for.
And it should be free.
And it should be free. Absolutely.
That creates a dilemma for people who don't have a job.
Yeah, it creates a dilemma for them, but it also encourages you to get a job because once you get a job,
you got free healthcare.
You got free healthcare.
Good one.
There's a lot of communities, there's a lot of countries that are being successful with universal healthcare. We can do it. We can do it.
Yeah, we have the money, I think.
We definitely have the money. Think about it.
All the money
Think about it.
Send to Ukraine.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people people will be like, "Oh, you go broke." You'll adapt.
I don't think we'll go broke though. You see how much money they sent to Ukraine just when the war started?
Mm-hmm.
That's money they had.
They can always print more.
Well, I don't like that too much because inflation.
Yeah.
But I think we have the money though. The taxes they take out, bro.
Yeah.
Sometimes I look at my check, I'm just like, get my money back, bro.
Yeah.
Put your hands up.
If I started a business, y'all hope I start a business because if I start a business, all of my employees will not pay for healthcare.
That'd be dope. Let me know. I'll work for you. I'll record the videos for you. Yeah, I'll record your business podcast.
You said at 1:38.
At 1:37 into the podcast, you said that I won't have to pay for it. All right. So, sir?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Delete that out the podcast.
No.
Video evidence.
Not only am I leaving that in, when I create like a 1-minute clip to post on Reels, this is going to be part of it. They would hear it.
Oh, man. Caleb crazy.
Yeah, man. So this is the last question. I think, to me, this is one of the most important questions of all times.
All right.
It's absolutely... Let me just ask it. Let me not hype it up. Let me ask it.
Gotcha.
When you're no longer here, how do you want to be remembered?
Shoot, my faith, man.
Yeah?
Yes, absolutely. My faith. My faith has played a huge part in my life. My faith is what has got me through like difficult challenges, through difficult situations. But I think there's nothing more valuable than when people are like, man, this man really loved Jesus. And while he was on the earth, he was living a lifestyle that's something that I can emulate. And at the end of the day, I made Jesus happy because that's ultimately what our goal is.
Interesting. Right? So you want to be remembered as a man of God.
Yep.
That's dope.
And it's one of the skills one of the things I want to make sure I pass along to my kids. Like if there's one skill like I want them to make sure that they have is, and I mean not really a skill, but like something I want them to have and instill in them is that like, hey, when you're going through hard times, when you're when you're trusting for something and you want something to happen, there is somebody that you can call on and who loves you and doesn't want to see you in that difficult situation, doesn't want to see you unhappy. Yeah. And so that's for me what it is.
That's dope. You see yourself being a pastor one day?
Man, people always ask me that. and people call me PF. I don't know where that started. I really don't get it. But no. If that's where God leads me to be, and that what God leads me to do, I will do it. Yeah. I will do it. But nobody else will call me to do that. No pastor will call me and say, be a pastor. It'll be only God that calls me to be a pastor. If that's the route he wants me to go.
Rogba, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Having you on the podcast for the first time. Hopefully, we have so much more to talk about. I think we kind of it started so good that I didn't even go through half the questions I had for you,
bro. We can talk about anything, man.
So hopefully we can go deep in like more stuff, bro. I had so many questions for you, we didn't even go through them.
Wow, that's insane.
So thanks for being part of mine, another new beginning, as you were with the photography. That means a lot to me.
For sure, I'm excited, man. Thank you.
I'm really pumped about this. Hopefully we can do it some more.
Yes, check this out. Check it out. Stream
Thank you guys also for listening, and we'll see you guys in the next video. In all things, dream about it, create it, and overall prevail.
Peace.